it turns out that most of our party members were not happy with us.
At the time when you were campaigning in Esikado Ketan, your billboards would definitely have a photo of you and a photo of Dr. Baumia, and you're asking the people of Esikado Ketan to vote for you as MP, vote for Baumia as president. How come today you are not asking these people to vote for Baumia as your flag bearer and by extension president?
Okay, in the last elections, in the primaries, I supported Kennedy Agyapong. Then we actually, Dr. Baumia was elected by the party. So as a party member, we all have to rally behind him and then ensure that our party stays in power.
But now that things didn't go well, you're going back to your base.
Yes, because
Why?
I have confidence in Kennedy Agyapong because of, for him, empathy, compassion, and, hitherto we look at politics from the point where we come out with a lot of theories, and then in the end we say IMF or World Bank, when I think that we should have actually factored all those in. I believe that Ghana, with the natural resources that we have, I think that we should be an exporting country, which is finished goods, but we're actually importing a lot. And so having an entrepreneur as our leader, I think it would actually transform Ghana. You want your balance of payment to be good, and how do you do that? You need somebody with that practical approach. And looking at the qualities of Kennedy, most Ghanaians are saying, bring Kennedy and then we'll vote for him.
But he's not an economist, and we know what the economy means to our survival as a country. Why are you going for a non-economist to run the economy and by extension the country?
The Constitution of Ghana doesn't say you have to be an economist.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
criteria, Article 94, says that you must be over a certain age, sound mind and all that, and with no criminal record. And so Kennedy has been in Parliament for about 24 years with no blemish. I mean, he's been committee chairman for security, intelligence, local government, so many years. And with that experience that he's garnered in one arm of government, if we actually we believe that if he becomes the president of this country, will transform this country. You see, the way Kennedy is such that he has a practical approach to things. So most lecturers that I spoke to or people in the middle class said he's the person that comes in and then people actually come up with theories for Kennedy. That we talk about Ricardo, Adam Smith, and all these things, comparative advantage and all that. And then we actually project and we not get there. And then our time is wasted. And hitherto, you see, Ghana, MPP was above NDC for me. And now, if not above, they might be slightly above us because of what we did within our party. Our party people were disgruntled. Ghanaians were not happy with us. So you need somebody who is disciplined, has empathy, compassion, and I believe Kennedy has that.
Now, how about experience? Has he been an experienced leader before? What has he led before? Because his opponent would say he was vice president for 8 years. That's a leadership quality. Led the party, led the country.
But the vice president said that he was a driver's mate and was given the steering wheel after President Akufo-Addo was exiting. So if you're saying that, then it means that Kennedy being in Parliament, because all the laws that are passed in Parliament, sometimes Parliament holds the executive accountable for the implementation of the laws that they promulgate. So I think that Kennedy, with experience with a politician, and the practical approach, if he becomes president, he's not going to be alone. I think that the best manager is the best recruiter, being able to bring the people, a lot of people on board, quality hands to help him, and he's already started doing that.
We know his character, Kennedy Agyapong. Is that a character you can manage in the Jubilee House?
Yes, discipline. You're talking about discipline. And I said he has compassion and empathy. And when he comes out to speak, you think it's aggressive in getting results. And that's what we're looking for. Because we have the attitude of the Ghanaians say, Anyashe, he's a nice person and then all that. And then we don't get results out. So we want a results-oriented leader.
You want him to be president of Ghana, but before then he has to be flag bearer of the MPP. The last time he tried, he lost.
Yes.
Why do you think he would win this time?
The last time he didn't have enough time. Now he has enough time. We've put structures in place. We went into the 2024 elections. Ghanaians and our party people, punished us. And now they're saying they want Kennedy. And with the things, Kennedy, his votes are not situated in one region to say this is the stronghold, even though he comes from the central region. His is more like character votes. It's scattered across the country. Somebody would think that he's disciplined, somebody thinks that he's not corrupt, somebody thinks that he's straightforward. All these things are votes that come together. And I have done a lot of research, and I think that when we actually bring Kennedy forward, Ghanaians will vote for it. So even last time we were somewhere, and even NDC and then most of the floating voters are asking for him.
But the delegates who voted the last time, they haven't changed that much. It's almost the same delegates that will be voting. And if things remain, the status quo remain, they would still reject
the
it.
dynamics are different. You see,
what are the new dynamics?
The dynamics were that we were in government. Most of the appointees were coerced. They were actually pushed to follow a certain trend. Now, there's nothing like that. People are doing that on their own volition. You understand?
You don't have a lot of former appointees in your camp still.
No, but
even with the freedom now.
Okay, but most of the delegates depended on these appointees. You understand? So the appointee was actually coerced, spoken to, and say, basically, if you, follow a certain trend, then you're going to hold your position, and those dependents also would depend on you, would have something out of it. So now we do not have that. The dynamics are totally different. The situation now is totally different. That's why some people keep saying that I can't pay. Nobody goes into an election with a certain percentage. It's zero. We all start on ground zero. We go in there and then we see. And he started his tour recently, and then the euphoria is building, and we're actually getting the actual information to the delegates. And I believe that the delegates, he's going to carry the day come the 31st of January.
What is Kennedy Agyapong's message to the NPP delegates?
Okay, his message is one of discipline. Because Ghana, we have a lot of natural resources, but we are not disciplined. Two, he's talking about harnessing our natural resources so that we can actually have a lot of businesses around. He's a businessman. He has done it practically, and so he believes that if he's made the president of Ghana, he can actually transform the economy. And also, the main message is that he says sometimes when he sees the youth out there who are not working, it actually, his heart bleeds, and that we'll be doing a disservice to the youth of Ghana if we do not actually create jobs. Some of them finish university, and then they actually are still living with their parents. So he's coming out to create jobs for the youth. One thing that he said that actually, I am very interested in is that he's going to decentralize most of the ministries. For example, he told me that the energy ministry will go to the Western region, as well as the affiliated agencies, so that once it goes there, it transforms tourism, it transforms other sectors of the economy. And then I think trade will go to Eastern region, Agric, Ashanti region, so Agric to the Northern region. So it opens up all these areas. And once you decentralize them, you believe that development carries out, goes on in the country.
You have said that you are in opposition now, so a lot of former appointees are free, and they would support Kennedy Agyapong. But he just came out of parliament. The number of MPs supporting him, pound for pound, are fewer. Same with people who were once appointees, who are really the party anyway. If that is the situation, then he is again up for the same trouble that he'd faced.
Are you saying?
And there may be people who also hold the view that continuity is better. The argument is that Professor Mills tried 3 times and won. John Kufuor tried twice before winning. Akufo-Addo tried thrice before winning. And so give your new candidate or your current or your former candidate another opportunity, because he tried and didn't do well, but he will do well next time.
President Kufuor wasn't a running mate. Akufo-Addo wasn't a running mate. Dr. Bawumia was a running mate. He was with Akufo-Addo for 16 years.
John Mahama was a running mate, vice president, and he has tried twice before winning. So they make that point.
Yes, but the party was punished. That wasn't his mandate. He took over from Atta Mills and actually won the 2012 elections, right? Yes. And then he exited power. So these are different dynamics. The variables are different.
What if the Bawumia people also say, well, it was a party that was punished, not Bawumia, and that it was a verdict on Akufo-Addo's administration and not a verdict on Dr. Bawumia, and that it wasn't Bawumia who was a problem, but the party itself. And that's why all of you, including you, Charles Bissue, you lost your seat.
I wouldn't agree to that because he was a candidate that we put forward. Ghanaians rejected us. Within our democracy, we are allowed to. That's why the party, if that's really the case, then the party shouldn't have opened up for us to go for another primaries. Democracy allows us to for the competition of ideas. I believe that Kennedy has the best, can put the best foot forward for MPP.
And based on what you are seeing on the ground, he's likely to win?
He's going to win. because
Not likely.
No, Kennedy is going to win. I've done my work. I'm with my experience in politics since 1992, regional secretary, national council member, MPP chairman, UK presidential staffer. I can see what is happening. The job we're doing.
The ground is positive for you, you think?
It is. You know,
are you sure they are not misleading you? Fear delegates?
No, yes, exactly. So that's the same thing. You see, you said we do not have a lot of MPs. The reason is that we're not taking photos to show it out there that people are being endorsed. Because Kennedy, when he came to me, said, "I trust you. I don't have to take a photo with you," and that our vote is based on trust.
So you're very positive.
Yes, and the strength is at the grassroots.
Before you leave, because you've played a role in Galamsey fight, President Muhammad last night spoke, and the issue of state of emergency came up. He said he was not going to implement it. What's your view?
I mean, when he was in opposition, I think with the wanted power, so they said that.
He didn't say that, and the party officially didn't say that. At least I haven't seen that.
So who said that?
Members of the party.
Members of the party. So it came from the NDC, so not him. Okay. Okay, I apologize. So basically, I mean, I don't think that the state of emergency will solve the problem. The problem we have is that we as Ghanaians should be disciplined, because the Galamsey menace shouldn't be given political colors. It should be dealt with, because it's a disaster for all of us. The mercury and all that, people planting in their farms and all that can travel to Accra and all that, and we consume it. So I don't think we have to give it any political
So you
color.
think that we should do state of emergency now?
No, I think that there should be proper coordination. We should all be disciplined in dealing with the matter. When I was actually involved in this job, I said that even River Thames in the UK, it took 25 years to get to where it is now. In Ghana, I said that Cobra would take years. But then it's a conscious effort towards that.
So you agree with President Muhammad that a state of emergency is not the way to go now?
No, but he didn't say it, so I shouldn't say that I agree with him. I'm saying that.
No, he's saying, so I'm asking you directly on the issue of state of emergency.
So I don't think the state of emergency will solve the problem. We'll come back to the same problem. I think that we need proper coordination. We must all come together and deal with the menace. I'm an MPP person. If I say that, yes, what he's saying is wrong, I have family members in the village and all that. So one day it will come biting.
So do you think 8 months into his administration, does it look like his government knows what it is up to dealing with Galamsey?
I wouldn't say they are up to scratch. There isn't, you know, the dollar has actually started having its true value now. That's going in the negative for me. So things were artificial. I don't want to actually criticize, you know, all of a sudden.
You think it's too early?
So for the first 6 months, I've never communicated. I said, let's allow them.
So based on what you've seen them do with the Galamsey fight so far, would you say they are on track?
I don't think so.
You don't think
because
so?
You see, for example, the 8 people dying, whatever was going to be done in Akrofrom was done under the MPP government. So it's more like actually a repetition of what we're doing. So as politicians, we say things to please the voters, and then when we come into power, we change it again. So I think that must end. What we need to do is that this is the country. I believe that NDC must do well, and then we delve deeper. When Kennedy wins, we delve deeper. Then the competition of ideas, Ghanaians benefit from us.
So for you think that, so do you think your party should be fighting this government, as in attacking the government, or you think you should focus on fixing your internal mess first?
Our internal mess, indeed, we have to. But the government also should be accountable. We should be a stronger opposition to keep them in check so that Ghanaians benefit from us.
Currently, are you a stronger opposition? Do you feel you are strong?
I don't think our party is that strong.
What is your problem? One word that is the problem for you now.
Okay, so most of our party members think that appointees and all that did not take care of them under our government, and that's what a lesson that we've learned. Kennedy has apologized on behalf of the party, and he said that once he comes, he can do well for the party, and he's exemplified that. He's done that since 1992. That's why we have confidence. He's a very consistent person, and I believe that the party would actually be resurrected under Kennedy's leadership.
Do you think there's a leadership vacuum in your party now?
There's crisis in the sense that we are not actually coherent with ourselves. People have interest, for example, what is happening now in the primaries. You see regional officers following a certain candidate and all that. So the mandate given the party officer himself, he's not able to actually follow it to the letter, and that is not good.
Thank you so much, Charles Bissue, Director of Operations of the Kennedy Agyapong campaign team. Thank you for joining. But before you go, are you going to contest?
Actually, toying Ghana's future.
You are thanking him for standing with you against Anas Arimi Anas.
I have thanked him. I got closer to him, and so I will not toy with Ghana's future. I believe that Ghana will be safer with him.
Thank you so much for joining us. That's Charles Bissue, the Director of Operations of Kennedy's campaign.